Hey guys, hope you're doing well and practicing for the Secret Shopper program. Today we'll be talking about the most important segment in this whole program, which is closing. Closing is about 30% weightage. So let's talk about some of the areas to make sure that you guys are hitting on a day-to-day basis with all the prospect. Now I know that this is a long long list of items that we'll be covering, but it's very important for you guys to have that information and to close the lead, because our end goal is to have a move-in, close the lead, right? So making sure that you guys are the first ever point of that they bring is objection, right? If you guys see my role play in identifying the needs, I led the conversation with negative. Whenever you guys have a objection, start with positive. Ask them questions like, what is more important to you? We understand that it's this way, but also looking at that. So just kind of start with positive, and I think that conversation could be a little bit more natural in terms of listing out the negatives. And making sure the unit is available for them, because that's, that way you can create a sense of urgency, right? And now the important part is, eventually asking them, when are they wanting to fill out an application? When are they wanting to do the deposit? Whatever the criteria might be, we got to follow, we'll do that. Now talking about some of these important things, I'm going off the list. We talked about incentives. We have specials that we offer, but also you guys could be creative with that, right? You can just say, hey, Mrs. Smith, I have someone coming in at afternoon at 3 and they're really liking this unit. If you like it, I would highly recommend for you to start filling out an application and at least have that in process. That way this unit is assigned to you, right? So that way you create the urgency. Let's talk about signals. When they come into the unit or model vacant, or even mini models, you should be able to ask them questions like, hey, do you imagine your furniture being here? Do you just kind of asking those questions that will get them thinking, how will their stuff fits best in this community and in the apartment, right? And the common one that says right here in the list, if you guys follow it, it says your apartment, your home. That will get them more energized towards leasing with us, right? It's just little bit things that adds to it. And then asking to be on the wait list if there's nothing ready with you guys, and if they're still wanting to lease with us, right? And then let's talk about if they are not interested. Now we hear that a lot, right? They came by, they looked at the unit, they looked at the model, they asked all the questions, but then they said, well, it's not right. Make sure to ask, what is it that we can do? Maybe we can recommend them to our sister communities, right? Maybe we can figure out an arrangement for them. But make sure to get that feedback. Is really important in the closing process. And also, there are many times that, for instance, for example, if it's one person that's coming in for a tour, and if there's someone else will be moving in, they will say, well, I might have to come back with my friend, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, wife. Well, make sure before they leave the leasing office, you guys are scheduling a tour for them, the follow-up tour. That way they know that they need to bring the person with them in order to make the decision. I'm not a big fan of those trifolds, but I understand for you guys that helps you guys to give information, but give them the contact. And I know you guys already do that, but just be very clear in terms of where they can reach out to you. The last thing we want is a prospect reaching out to you and we're not able to answer them, right? And then the last few points that to hit on is to just kind of that everything meets your need, right? Like the end goal is that if everything is hitting the check boxes that you like, what's the wait? Let's go ahead and close the deal. Sometimes people feel hesitant to ask that, hey, are we ready now to lease? But be in the practice to, trial close it, right? That, hey, if you're ready, let's go ahead and get the application started, because there's steps in the application as well that you might have to follow. Guys, I know I went through a lot of information, but you can always refer back to the resource guide, which has every little details that you guys will be graded on. So I know it's a lot of information that we covered, but the main idea is to make sure you look at those areas and be continuing practicing those. That way, when a secret shopper comes in, you guys are ready and hitting those points. As always, you can reach out to us for any help. We will attach the resource guide one more time when we send out this email. Practice it with your colleagues, manager. If you need to practice with us, you can always let us know and we'll come down on your community and do one-on-one with you. But that's all for this week, guys. We'll see y'all next week.